everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you clicked on this video, and today I'm just going to be guiding you guys through on how to decide what college to go to. So I know this time of the year is like really important for all of you, and I just want to give my advice on how to pick the best college and what college is ultimately going to be best for you and your family and all of that together. I know that this time of the year is also very scary because you're getting to the end and you only have a couple more months to decide what college you're going to go to, and that's really intimidating. And when I was picking my colleges, I really didn't have any good solid advice on how to pick a college. So I feel like this video will really help you guys who are unsure, or if you just have a few things you need to sort out in your head. Listening to my tips will definitely help you narrow down what colleges are right for you and ultimately where you're gonna go for the next 4 years. The first thing I want to talk about, and the most important that will help you decide, is going to be tuition. How much money is the college giving you, and also how much does it cost in general? It's probably going to be cheaper for you to stay in state opposed to going out of state, but sometimes, if you're lucky and fortunate, outside colleges from different states will give you scholarships and merit-based. At Johnson & Wales University, they gave me a pretty big out-of-state scholarship, and that was definitely something that helped when I was making my decisions, but then I realized it was just way too far because like I'm in Florida and Johnson & Wales, Rhode Island is like all the way up there. You can also look and see if your state gives out any scholarships. Like I know for Florida, they do Bright Futures, which basically pays your tuition. And there is also other ones like FAFSA, and sometimes you have like the veterans and all the different scholarships out there. So don't think that just because your school that you want to go to didn't give you a scholarship that you can't get any scholarship money. You can Google online, and you can also look through your high school what scholarships they're giving out, because I know personally my high school gave me some money to go to college. Another thing you want to look at for when you're deciding out of college is, will your credits transfer? This is a big deal if you're taking college courses, and if you in high school and they're not going to transfer, what's the point of you going to a college if they're not going to take them? It's not worth it. I'm telling you that right now. If you can take AP courses, if you can take community college classes and have them transfer, do that. Like, you're gonna save so much time and money in college, and you do not want to repeat the same course again, because if you get a bad grade, that's on you and you can't change it. So please go and make sure that your credits are going to transfer beforehand before you submit any deposits. The next thing I want to touch on is the size of the college. So I didn't even mention this yet, but I go to Nova Southeastern University, and I love the size of my college. It is medium, so it's around 3,000 to 5,000 undergrad, and then there's around 20,000 upper graduate students. So I get that good mix of feeling like I'm not the only one here, but then I get to know everyone, but then I'm not drowning in a sea like Penn State University. So I think that, you know, medium-sized schools are what works best for me, because I came from a private school and then I transferred to a charter school which had around 1,000 students, and then I came here that had around 3,000 to 5,000 students. So just think about how your high school experience is going right now. How do you fit in? Do you feel like you have a lot of friends and you can talk to anybody? Go to a big school, you're gonna be fine. Do you feel like you go to a big school now and you just don't fit in and you can't find your place? Maybe you should go to a medium-sized school or a smaller school. And it just really depends on how comfortable you are with meeting new people. You should assess that about yourself before you go into college. The next thing is that you have to go on a tour. I cannot stress this enough. I thought that FAU was going to be the best school ever, but I went on a tour and I hated it. And then I came to Nova and I didn't think I was gonna like it, and then I went on a tour and I loved it. So you have to have an open mind when you go on the tour, and you just have to tour the schools. Like, of course you can pick a school and you can watch YouTube videos on it, and you can look online at their online tours, but I highly recommend going to the physical campus and looking at it. This also gives you a good idea of the type of students on the campus. How big are their classrooms? What is the food situation like? Like maybe go into the dining hall and get a few snacks and see if you like them, because that's a big deal for colleges, is how, you know, the food, because your freshman year, most likely you're gonna have to be put on a meal plan. So you don't want to go to a school where the food sucks. So I 10 out of 10 recommend, I cannot stress this enough, going to the physical campus that you want to go to and tour it before you go. Because just like me, you're gonna go to FAU and you're gonna think, oh, this school is so cool, they have a football team, they are huge, there's so many clubs and organizations, and you're gonna go and you're gonna be like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was. There's no school spirit, where are all the kids? Like, I don't know. That's just me personally. FAU is a great school. I'm not bashing it for anyone who goes there, but just personally for me, it was not my school. So another thing I want to talk about is the location. The location of where your school is going to be huge. How far is it away from your parents? How far is it away from your siblings? How far away is it from your friends? Maybe if you didn't have a good experience in high school and you want to get away, that is the perfect opportunity to move across the country and never see them again. Or if you love your friends back at home and you want to stay close to them, or if you want to go to college with them, that's something to consider. Also, your family. I know some people are very home oriented and they love their family to pieces and they can't think about even not going home one weekend without seeing them. Another thing about location you have to think of is the flying. If you're going out of state, you are going to have to spend money on every single break for plane tickets. So think about, can you financially afford flying? Because especially during Thanksgiving, winter break, and spring break, those tickets are skyrocketing high. Like I'm talking thousands of dollars one way. So you just have to think, can you afford flying back home and shipping all of your things to college at the beginning of the year and the end of the year? You're also gonna have a storage unit. If you fly home, you're going to have to put your things somewhere at the end of the year. So just think about that before you go to college. This is going back to the touring the campus. One thing you can do possibly is staying overnight. I highly suggest staying overnight at the university you want to go to, or even if you submit your deposit, stay overnight still, because maybe some way you can switch really quick, or just know you're going to want to transfer. Because I know at my university we have this program called Shark Preview, and the kids get to stay for 2 nights and they stay in one of the current students' dorms. So I have to host students 4 times. And it's just a great opportunity to meet people, because like I made friends with every single one of my students that stayed in my dorm, and I love them to pieces. Like they were so sweet. I haven't had a bad experience yet. And we're just told to be really nice and welcoming, so don't feel like you're going to not be welcomed when you have to stay in someone's dorm. Like we want to make the experience the best for you and show you how much we love our school. If you can stay overnight, it will show you how everything runs on the campus. Sometimes you can even take a few classes. You'll also get to meet other prospective students that are looking at the university, and then you can become friends with them. Like I am still friends with the people that I came to Shark Preview with, and I see them every single day and I wave to them. So it's just a really good opportunity to meet people and explore the campus more than just a standard tour. Another thing that might be a big factor for some people is the Greek life on college campus. At my university, we have Greek life, and my particular sorority has 107 girls in it. And that's a lot, but the downside is we don't have housing. So although we do have a big Greek life, we just don't have housing, which honestly for me is fine, and it's not a no deal breaker. But you have to think about what kind of college experience do you want, and do you want that sorority housing? Do you want those frat parties? Do you want to live with your sisters or brothers? It's just something to think about. And for me, once again, it's not a deal breaker. Another important factor is the housing. So most traditional colleges will make freshmen live on campus if they do not live in the radius of 30 miles, which is pretty standard. Another bad thing to this though is that sometimes the housing for freshmen can be a little bad. There can be communal showers, there can be communal bathrooms, there can be more than 2 people living in one dorm, which is something to look at. In my particular college, there's a freshman dorm that has 3 people living in one room, but they get their own bathroom. And then there's also the option to live in a 4 single or a 5 single. So it's just something to look at, seeing what different housing is available. And I think that although housing isn't like another deal breaker, it's an important factor to look at when you're picking a college, because the dorm is where you're going to be doing your studying, your sleeping, your hanging out, your cooking, possibly. Like, does the college have a kitchen in the dorm? These are all just important things to look at, and seeing what kind of person you are and what you need to be happy. So my last piece of advice for all of you is, don't worry, you guys can switch majors and you can transfer at any point you want. The college you decide does not have to be the one that you go to for all 4 years. If you don't like it, you can switch. One thing I do want to tell you guys though is that for me specifically, for my major, I did have to limit the schools I could look at because not every single school offered my major. But you can also look at this the same way as programs, like what programs do you want in the university and all of that. I'm so excited for all of you, and I can't wait to see what colleges you guys decide to go to. If any of you guys decide to go to Nova Southeastern University, comment below and I'll definitely wave to you guys next year. I hope my video helped, and if you guys have any more questions on how else I can assist you in your college decision, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!